Hello everyone and welcome back to Alf Time. I'm your host Alf, and the Switch 2 era is nearly upon us. Nintendo finally revealed their next console just a few short weeks ago, and we have almost no new information. We're getting an info drop in April, and the system is coming out sometime this year. Other than that, all we can do is speculate, and speculate we shall. Today, I'm contributing nothing to society and giving my personal, baseless predictions for the Switch 2's first year on the market. You know this is a waste of time, let's talk about it anyway. This April, we're getting a dedicated Direct for the Switch 2, and I'm expecting this to mirror the original Switch presentation from January of 2017. First and foremost, Nintendo will finally give us a full, in-depth reveal of the Switch 2 hardware. The screen's probably going to be 1080p or something, and the console itself will now be able to process higher resolutions and frame rates. As you would expect, pretty much every boring tech spec will be a little better than the Switch 1. Many people will rejoice, but here's some food for thought. I guarantee that, when the Switch 2 releases with its higher pixel counts and whatnot, it will run plenty of games just as poorly as the Nintendo Switch does. The Switch promises 1080p 60fps gameplay, and most games either miss that mark or lag horribly. A slight processing boost would theoretically allow the Switch 2 to run 1080p 60 games smoothly, so then what do you think is gonna happen when they throw a 1440p 120Hz Mario game on there? I would bet money that it's going to have all the same technical issues as the laggy Switch 1 games. So the Switch 2 is going to be more graphically capable, and that's exactly why it's going to be just as disappointing as the Switch 1 in terms of performance. Hashtag stop wishing for Switch 2 games to run in 4K. So the tech stuff is going to be boring, but what about those new Joy-Cons? What about the new console, huh? I think it's probably going to be almost exactly the same. I really had a dream with my Nintendo Cast prediction, but not anymore. The controllers look like they're gonna have some special mouse function, and I'm not expecting much to come out of that. Maybe you'll be able to navigate menus or aim with the mouse feature in some cases, but this is not gonna magically replace IR aiming from the Wii or something. I can tell because it'll clearly be awkward to press buttons while you're in mouse mode. Besides, you can't make your handheld system require access to a flat, wide surface at all times. Maybe something cool can happen, maybe this secret button really does turn the system into a Nintendo Cast, but I'm not hopeful. To be clear, the Switch is great, and I'm not upset that its hardware is a little predictable. Nonetheless, here we are. Please no Joy-Con drift. So that's the Switch 2, and it'll be releasing on June 5th of 2025. It'll cost $400, and there will be two color options. We'll have the one from the reveal trailer along with a sleek white option like the OLED Switch. $400 won't make some people happy, but it'll be better than the PS5 Pro. Anyway, just like in 2017, this presentation will mostly be exciting because of all the game reveals. First up, as we all know, we're getting Mario Kart 9. The Switch 2 reveal gave us like 4 seconds of Mario Kart 9 footage, and that's about it. Everyone's theorizing that there'll be 24 characters in a race now, and that there's some new pit stop mechanic. I do agree with the 24-person race analysis, which is probably going to be very hectic. Although, I'm not sure how impactful that can really be. 12 is already a lot, and my friends and I mainly just fight for 1st through 4th place against CPUs no matter what. There's just gonna be another 12 people trailing behind us now? I'm not sure how good that'll be for the game, but we'll see if it goes somewhere. It also makes me wonder if retro tracks will even work with so many characters at once. An interesting topic to think about. However, with 24 drivers at a time, I think Nintendo is about to absolutely blow this character roster into the next century. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has 48 characters, the most in the series by far, but that's still not very many, right? Smash Ultimate has like 80 characters, and each of those need a bunch of unique animations and balanced moves. Mario Kart drivers are way less complicated than Smash characters, so let's go crazy with this one. I'm talking dozens, if not hundreds, of playable characters in Mario Kart 9. Piantas, Geno, Dixie Kong, the Brutals, you name it. If there's a Mario character you can think of, throw it in Mario Kart 9. I'm also expecting several more non-Mario characters like Zelda and Pikachu. Characters galore, but let's clean things up compared to 8 Deluxe. A bunch of the slots got taken up by alternate skins of Mario in the gang, so let's condense that like they did with the Yoshi and Shy Guy colors. Select the one version of Mario, but you use this secondary menu to choose between Metal Mario, Baby Mario, 64-bit Mario, Paper Mario, etc. Do this for every main character instead of having a million babies and power-ups. Looking at Mario Kart 9 mechanically, I'm not sure what to expect. As I've lamented in the past, Double Dash was the last Mario Kart to make any serious changes to the gameplay formula, and every game since Wii has just felt like a tiny upgrade. Is Nintendo really about to give the series its first practical shakeup in decades? Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't think the standard racing mode is going to require pit stops or fuel refills. That seems like it would really slow down gameplay, and I doubt Nintendo would want things to be that complicated for kids and newer players in their most popular, accessible series. However, I do think we could see innovation on the level of Double Dash or Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. Yes, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. Something along the lines of item switching, status effects, or environmental hazards to shake up the gameplay. I have solid hope that Nintendo won't just give us Mario Kart Wii 5 with this one. I think the most likely option is for this game to have a lot more modes and options than 8 Deluxe. Maybe classic races are still accessible, but 24 players or the new crazy mechanics are somewhere else? Not sure. That's all I have to say about Mario Kart 9. It'll launch on June 5th with the Nintendo Switch 2. Moving on. The Switch 2 will have one other notable launch title, and that's a little game called Metroid Prime 4. We already know this is coming to the original Switch, and it'll now launch simultaneously on both systems. The Switch 2 version will have better graphics and be the shiny, mature single-player experience drawing people in for this brand new system. I don't play Metroid, so I really have nothing else to say. Alright, everything from here on out is 1,000,000% ridiculous and out of my butt, so let's not be shy about it. These are random Nintendo games that could theoretically exist, and that could be announced for the Switch 2 in 2025. First up, August will see the release of Splatoon, Calamari Quest. Splatoon has cemented itself as a major Nintendo IP, and any franchise worth its salt is going to get some kind of spin-off. I don't think it's quite time for Splatoon 4, so we're doing this. This game is going to be a Splatoon-themed adventure game with RPG elements that follows Pearl and Marina on a quest to do something significant. Splatoon already wants to be so much heavier with its story and lore than a multiplayer shooter allows, so this feels like a natural step to me. Splatoon Calamari Quest will release at the end of August, closing out the Switch 2's opening summer. Next, I'm predicting a new Animal Crossing game to release in September. New Horizons is 5 years old now, and that franchise is too popular not to leave its mark on the Switch 2. This one's gonna be cool because you'll be allowed to pick the biome of the town you're moving to, sort of like picking your farm layout in Stardew Valley. I don't play Animal Crossing though, so moving on I guess. Things are gonna get pretty wild in October because this year is Mario's 40th anniversary. To commemorate this massive occasion, Nintendo is gonna give us a special edition controller or something. Hooray! Okay, so I'm not predicting any kind of Mario All-Stars collection, which is sad, but I do think October or November will see the release of a brand new 3D Mario. Oddly enough, I am not expecting this game to be Super Mario Odyssey 2. I hate to disappoint you all, but I cannot for the life of me think of a potential hook for this new game. Mario's traveled the world, he's gone on a beautiful vacation, he's been to space for Pete's sake. What are they gonna do to top that? Put him in a dog costume? I don't know. I can't think of a title, but I am expecting this game to be mechanically similar in many ways to Bowser's Fury. I made a video a couple years ago explaining why I think Mario is going open world in his next 3D adventure, so yeah. A collectathon platformer that isn't split up into different levels, that's my prediction. This Mario game will be very exciting and awesome, and it'll probably release in November or something. Finally, rounding out the year, some boring anime game is going to come out in early December. Xenoblade, Fire Emblem, Professor Layton, nobody cares, but they just keep making them. As a bonus, Nintendo will tease some kind of 3D Zelda collection for the Zelda 40th anniversary in early 2026. Sadly, we won't get much information about it. Also, Super Smash Bros. Will be mentioned. And that's the video. Those are my uninformed and overly specific predictions for the Switch 2's launch year. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. Have a great day!